Toronto's primary transportation hub stands tall right in the heart of the city. Whether it's by subway, commuter, or regional train, or bus, 300,000 people pass through Union Station every single day. This legendary building is a 1-2 punch with the Fairmont Royal York. There are fewer sites in Toronto that are more iconic than these two. Very recently, Union Station underwent a major revitalization project to modernize the 1927 landmark. More platforms were added, more methods of transportation, and of course, a whole load of new retail and dining. Union Station retains all of its historic charm while offering its 300,000 daily passengers new ways to indulge. Inside Union Station, you're going to find 7 retail neighborhoods. In today's video, we're on the quest to try at least one thing in each neighborhood. Come with us as we explore Union Station. Our first neighborhood is the Bay Retail area. This is the central retail shopping area at Union Station where you're going to find some familiar names and something new. One of these relatively new places is Arabica Coffee. Arabica Coffee is a big deal, almost as big as their logo. This Japanese chain is well known for their focus on sourcing high-quality Arabica beans from around the world, custom espresso machines, and a minimalist aesthetic in their cafes. There's no doubt they make a great drink, albeit a little bit pricey.
So we got the almond croissant. It came in at $6.95, and we're just getting it heated up. This is like flaky, delicious. I don't know about you guys. Anytime I bite into like an almond flavored almond paste, it always kind of tastes like almonds and cherry to me. It's just, yeah, this is fantastic.
Arabica Coffee has 3 locations in Toronto and 1 in Whistler, BC. One tip, look out for those long lines, they can get pretty long. Next, we're going to head to the foodie aisle. This is conveniently located next to Union Station's entrance to Scotiabank Arena. So you can tell this is clearly one of the more coveted stretches of food. On one side lies Shake Shack. New to the scene in Toronto within the last year, the Union Station location is massive and super busy. The one really interesting thing about this Shake Shack is there is a full bar. On the other side of the aisle are some notable local names. You can get a slice of pizza, some Egyptian street food, baos, tacos, and some fried chicken. That's a good lineup of options, especially before or after a Leafs-Raptors game or a concert or event at Scotiabank Arena.
One thing I've noticed about Union Station though is they don't really identify the spaces and places within Union Station as they do on their website.
So Chris is right. You do almost have to do research before you visit. So checking out the website, figuring out if there's something that sparks your interest, and then looking for it, because the signs aren't always obvious.
Since 2018, if you were seen eating pizza out of a pink box, it meant you too had been swept up by the Blondie's craze. With a killer menu down the middle with both red sauce and white sauce pizzas, Blondie's thick crust pizza is constructed with a 3-day fermented dough, a variety of high quality ingredients, cooked at 590 degrees. Blondie's has been one of our favorites and a comfort classic for years. So when we saw that Blondie's was serving slices from their Union Station location, we lined up.
This one is the Drake Was Here, which is bacon, pineapple, barbecue sauce, and green pepper. It looks really good.
It looks really good.
Do you think this is actually Drake's?
Like special order?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. He's from and in Toronto. Drake may have been here, but Darcy's here now. And this is fantastic.
Right next to Blondie's is Tut's Egyptian Street Food. These guys have been a mainstay on King Street West for a few years now, especially for those of us who've been looking for a late night meal in the area. Here, it's all about the sandwiches. You can get one with grilled chicken, fried chicken, beef sausage, falafel, among others. They also have these really convenient combos, and we went with a 2 sandwich combo. It came with house spiced fries and garlic dip.
This grilled chicken option is probably one of the juiciest chickens I've ever had. I'm just covered in sauce right now, but that was really good. You get the crunch of the bread in, you get the crunch of the pickles, the sauce is nice and tangy, the bread is warm. It's a great little sandwich.
Tuts might not be your go-to meal immediately, but they're great after the game or big event, especially if you want something that's a little bad without making yourself feel really bad. They're making their way across Ontario with locations in Toronto, Mississauga, and Ottawa. They also have a food truck that can be privately booked. On the other side of the foodie aisle, you can find the Union Market. As we mentioned earlier, Union Station isn't exactly easy to navigate. The Union Market, where it starts and ends, can be confusing. And the website doesn't give you that much more information, with vendors missing from the neighborhood maps. Inside, you'll be able to enjoy plenty of classic joints like Isabella's Mochi Donuts, Wetzel's Pretzels, Egg Club, and other vendors who serve up delicious treats. Our pick from the Union Market is Hazikudo, which is a Eurasian bakery taking inspiration from both Europe and Japan, right from Taiwan. They have a deep menu with an assortment of treats, sandwiches, caffeinated drinks, and more. But it's pretty evident when you walk in, and from their glass case, here, the croissant is the main event. As of now, there are 11 locations across Canada, but they have locations throughout Asia. At the Union Station location, croissants do sell out, so if you have something in mind, make sure you visit them earlier than later.
So this is the caramel pudding croissant, and we've got the actual strip of the caramel pudding on top, and it's in a cream custard filling underneath. It's so jiggly and cool. It's just so good.
Union Market still has some ways to go, but this is actually a pretty beautiful area to get some food. All the stands are inviting and premium looking, and the food vendors are generally well liked. For those who prefer simpler fast food options, there is a whole food court here as well. It includes your names like McDonald's, Pizza, Tim Hortons, and other familiar places. For this area, we went with Loaded Pierogi. They're born and raised in Ontario. This pierogi chain takes what makes subs and burritos so popular and tries to recreate that magic. Of course, pierogis are the show, but you can swap your pierogis for fries, mac and cheese, and other bases. You can even choose to pick your pierogi to be boiled or fried. And there's an assortment of different toppings, either pre-made or individually selected by you to make a plate. We went with the most popular option, the Philly cheesesteak.
We've taken a few bites of this. It's not for me. The meat isn't there enough to really get that kind of feel. The pierogis are good. It's just there's too much sauce for me.
Loaded Pierogi was just okay. It was also more expensive than Tuts and Blondie's, and frankly, for the lack of beef and general overall quality, you might consider visiting the foodie aisle over at least this option in the food court. We'd love to give Loaded Pierogi another shot, but for now, we think this is someplace you should skip. The Front Street Promenade is where Union Station claims is a retail stretch where you can find mostly local businesses. There are some great options here like Craig's Cookies or the Danish Pastry House, but the spot you have to check out is the Biscotteria Forno Cultura. Forno Cultura is a tremendous Italian bakery, cafe, and grocery store. They have a location on King West and another on Queen West. The outpost here is a love letter to its namesake, but that's not all. They have some of their classic treats shipped directly from their Queen West location, along with pantry items, wine, sandwiches, and more. We picked the option that looked the most delightful to us. Now, I can't stress enough how much we enjoy Forno Cultura. We live near the King West location, so that's the one we visit, and it's a super charming spot. In addition to their delicious baked goods, their breads and caffeinated drinks are also some of our favorites.
This is heaven. Like this thick layer of chocolate in the center. The poppy seeds, I guess, are like crunchy. The bread is so soft and light, tears apart. This is fantastic. This is a win.
One of the best?
Yeah, this makes up for the loaded pierogis. This is so good.
Our food event is going to end in the York Street Promenade. If I had an ability to influence here, I will say that I think Union Station needs to work on their naming conventions and directions. It can get pretty confusing to find businesses within Union Station, and while daily commuters will probably have it all figured out, especially for those of us who are accustomed to using the path, those who are traveling through might find it easier to find something worthwhile outside of Union Station as opposed to navigating Union Station. That being said, the York Street Promenade is where you're going to find the sit-down restaurants. There's Union Chicken, which is a great option for elevated fried chicken. Amano Italian Kitchen, which is one of the only options for Italian food here. And then our choice, Wvrst, which is a fast casual beer hall that serves artisanal sausages and Alpine-inspired cuisine. Wvrst, like many of the other places that we visited today, has an outpost on King West. It's a great spot to get a beer and have some fun. And yes, the sausages here are excellent. So is the smash burger, schnitzel, among other items, including their vast selection of beers. But it's their duck fat Belgian style fries that's going to keep you coming back.
Duck fat fries for life. They're just so good. She's fully loaded. I can't predict what's gonna happen. Right away that bratwurst is super savory. I am so full. It's worth it, but I'm so full.
Before we wrap this video up, for those of you counting at home, yes, we only visited 6 neighborhoods, not 7. That's because the 7th neighborhood is the East Wing, and within that wing, you can find the Blue Bovine Steak and Sushi House. This is another location from the Liberty Entertainment Group, which owns some esteemed restaurants like Don Alfonso 1890, Blue Blood Steakhouse, and other premium restaurants across Toronto. So if you're looking for steak or you're looking for some sushi, the reviews here are pretty good, but it's a little outside of our budget today. And that's that. These are some great options at Union Station for sure. Now I know, not everybody loves to go through Union Station. It is still just a transportation hub. But the renovations and the revitalization that they've done to the site has brought a lot of really great dining options here and some great retail options as well. Remember to check our channel out if you want to see more great things from our city, Toronto. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you guys soon.